Relationships can be a blessing when things are going good. However, relationships can also be the rottenness of the bones when relationships are bad. Me, I've learned a lot of lessons. Some I'm still learning today. But if I had to do it all over again, I would tell myself a few things. Number one, you are enough by yourself. It's okay to be in a relationship, and if you find a good person, they can add to you. But I need you also to understand that you are enough by yourself. Don't get in a relationship or get married for prestige. You hear a lot of people talk about being a power couple. Only power you need is God. If you're not ready for a relationship, don't get in one, because it's going to require a lot of sacrifice, and it's going to place you in a position where you're not first anymore. You have to have a selfless attitude, not only to your spouse or your mate, but also to your children. And so you have to push yourself to the back while elevating others. Now, there will come a time where you need to put yourself first and to apply some type of self-care. But nevertheless, as a man, you will have to sacrifice a lot of things. But it's ultimately all for the greater good. Number two, pay attention to the red flags. When you are courting someone or dating someone, there are things that you can pick up on that are pretty good. You know, you can pick up on if this is a caring person, if this is a person that can cook or clean, or if it's a person that's family oriented, that may want children or not. You can also pick up on the red flags. You can pick up on this person if they're very selfish. You can pick up on this person if they're nonchalant, or if they even care about family. You want to be able to also pick up on if this person is a gold digger, if this person is more about money than they are about helping other people. Because if you get in a tight to where maybe you get sick or you're dealing with financial strain, some people have experienced situations to where their mate leave them. You don't want to be in that type of situation. So don't push the red flags to the back only because this person has a nice body, or they dress nice, or they have a lot of money. Always push the red flags to the front, because I'm going to tell you something from experience. You cannot change a person. God didn't give you that power. Now, you can encourage and you can give advice and do all these other things, but you cannot change another person. So don't get into a relationship or a marriage thinking that you're going to be able to do that. It's not going to happen. Number three, don't get married for the children's sake. Some people will have children out of wedlock and they start trying to get married just for the sake of the children. It may be that the family members are pushing them to do this because they're worried about the shame or the guilt. Now, true enough, we hate for that to happen. You want to be in a household to where you got, a viable parent on both ends, a mother and a father. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. And so it is a way to co-parent without getting married to a person. And I don't want anybody to pressure you to do something that you're not ready to do. Because once you get in this situation, there is no backing out, my friends. Now, sure, the world tell you very quickly, hey, if you're not happy, get a divorce. But God doesn't like divorce. He's never liked divorce. We read about that in Matthew 19:9. He gives the actual reason of divorce and the only reason that you can get one. Now, there are exceptions to the rule if your spouse die or pass away. Number four, learn to forgive. So many times in relationships and marriages, you find out that the person that you grew up with or the person that you started out with, they have some flaws. Hey, we all do. But don't get so callous and so hard to think that They got more flaws than you do. That's the problem. See, you're looking at it from the wrong view. I remember when Jesus talked about noticing basically the speck in your brother's eye and not even paying attention to the big beam that's in your own eye. That's what we got to do a lot of times, is focus on getting yourself right first, and then you may be able to help your mate. But don't go into any situation thinking that you're going to be able to fix somebody. It's not your job to fix somebody. You can provide all the necessary tools, and like I said, you can encourage, but it's not your job to fix that person or to get them told. Have a forgiving heart. See, sometimes we can forgive outside of our marriage more easily and quickly than we can actually forgive someone that's inside of our marriage. Brothers and sisters, this is wrong. You have to have a forgiving heart, especially if you're a God-fearing person. See, we're going to make some mistakes. Imagine one of your children making a mistake and you just held that grudge for them for the longest. Hey, you made a boo-boo. It's okay. Pick yourself back up and keep going again. That's what we tell them. That's what you're supposed to do in your relationship. So many times we hold grudges and we wait till when we get in one fight and we bring back up all these old things. You shouldn't do that. Deal with things one at a time and try your best. This is one thing that I messed up on, is don't make this about a shouting match. This has nothing to do with you hollering back and forth or arguing back and forth with your mate. This has everything to do with you listening attentively to what they have to say, not listening just to answer, and vice versa. Because a lot of time, my ladies, you guys are able to vent, but you don't allow the guy to vent. You need to be able to hear his side of the story as well. And when he does speak, I'm going to need you to hold yourself accountable. Because a lot of times, men will hold themselves accountable, but ladies won't. And I want you guys to be able to do this as a couple. You have your time to speak, but let him have his time to speak as well, and own up to it. Number 5, love on this person that you are with as if there is no tomorrow. As a person that grieves, I understand what it means to lose your loved one, to lose your spouse. I was at the height of my life when I lost my wife. We had everything that we needed, whether it was money, whether it was a house, car, dog, children, plus 2 on the way. It couldn't get no better than that. We had a great church home. We had great friends and family. We had date night all the time. We would travel the world. Anything you could think of, I had it. We had it. But I never saw a world without my wife, Jennifer. This is why I'm telling you to love on that person like there is no tomorrow. It may be a simple text message asking them about their day, or sending them a quick message letting them know, hey, I was just checking in with you. I love you. Or when a person get ready to leave, don't just say, see you later, and walk out the door. No, kiss that person, hug them, because that may be the last time you see them. I've heard of multiple horror stories where someone leave the house and they get in a car accident, or they're in a strong arm robbery, or something happens to where they never make it back home again. Love on that person like there's no tomorrow. Tell them how you feel. How many times do we hear about people giving out roses after a person is dead and gone? Sad to say, my friends, those roses don't count as much as they would have counted if that person was still alive and well. Be able to speak on things, and speak on things openly, honestly, and truly, to let that person know that you truly care and you love them. And don't just speak about it. Do some actions to where it shows the person that you truly care for them. Because if you don't, I guarantee you there is someone out there that will. And that's the problem with a lot of relationships today. People are so quick to cheat and to step out on their mate. It's an easy thing to do, especially when you have coworkers in your face all day. And so you will make the wrong decision if you allow your lust to lead before your love. Don't allow that. Put God first and keep him at the center of your marriage. You have those vows for a reason. Those vows are a way to guide you throughout your life, because it's not always going to be good, my friends. But through the bad times, hopefully your relationship will grow stronger. God bless you. And as always, y'all keep your hearts right, your mind clear. One love.